Well, you would know, wouldn't you, Gemma? Unfortunately, you were weak where I am strong, because I now hold the Sword of Mana. Eat it, Julius. Here we go. All of our efforts thus far have brought us here, and we're going to finish what we started. The final battle of the game is here. Julius has 3 forms. In his first form, he will send out these king oxen to essentially rape you in a corner. They cause a whole massive amount of slowdown and make combos ridiculously difficult to do. But once you manage to get rid of them, he's pretty well easy. I just need to get out a long-range weapon. That's the problem. Have that! Oh, I missed. Okay, I guess I can't hit him right now. Well, anyway, when he's on the ceiling, I guess he's invulnerable. When he comes back down, he's not invulnerable, so just wail on him. He has 500 HP, not that hard. Second form. He does a lot of different stuff, and his weaknesses change depending on what element he's using. If he's using fire, he's more vulnerable to physical attacks. If he's using wind, he's more vulnerable to magic. Or, no, actually, never mind. It's his elemental weakness of magic that changes. He can also create copies of himself, so you'll want to try to keep an eye on which one's which, because that will be the one that you can wail on afterwards. Now, I want to kind of wait a little bit to see if he will use the attack that I think he's going to use, because he also has a limit break that he uses at certain points. And I want to see if he uses it because it's really epic looking. Despite the fact that he's the final boss, I can't fault him for not having decent limit breaks. I guess we didn't get to use it. Whatever. I finished him with a death blow. So that's cool. We're stronger than you thought we were, aren't we, Julius? Oh, really? What is it then? The Sword of Mana? Apparently you don't understand how the sword works. The sword's power is in my heart. As long as my heart does not waver, you cannot stop me. And since it's you, there's no way you can make me falter now. I'm not going to stop, Julius. Not until you're gone from this world. Oh, really? And you could do better? Seriously. Exactly. And if you continue to do what you're doing, the world will be destroyed. Exactly. We do understand what we're saying. I agree completely. If only because I disagree with you, I agree completely with what Elena's saying and what she wants to do. I believe in her. She's my friend. I trust her. Oh, what are you planning now? In case you haven't figured it out yet, Mana is Elena's mother's name. That's why it's a mana tree, because her name is Mana. So, when Elena sacrifices herself, it'll be called the Elena tree. I guess that makes sense. Oh, dear God. Here we go. This playthrough has already had enough Super Saiyans in it. We can't have another one. Especially with your long flowing hair, it wouldn't work. Does it matter, Elena? We're gonna cut him. We're gonna run him through anyway, because we believe in what we are doing. He can't stop us, even if he does this. God damn it! More transformations. Oh my God! Why is everyone turning into Pokemon in this thing? This is Julius's third and final form. When he's blue, he's vulnerable to magic. When he goes into blue shields, he's vulnerable to magic. When he goes into his orange shield, he's vulnerable to weapons. You can pretty much kiss your partners goodbye because he's ridiculously powerful at this point. If you're a weapons-based user, you're going to want to grab your Nux and your magic because while he's in the blue shield, because he will... Okay, now he's in the green shield. Now, is he vulnerable to weapons here? I thought it was an orange shield. Nope, it's... Oh, yeah, he turns orange after he comes out of it, so... Now he's vulnerable to weapons, so let's hammer away at him here. I think that's 5 hits now I've had on him. Oh god, he's getting really fast. Whoa. Uh-oh. And you gotta be careful because he'll do different attacks depending on what shield he goes into. Like, after he uses that shield, he could do that. Ow. Now, why am I asleep? Whoa! That's really bad. You don't want to get caught in that because it does huge amounts of damage. Really, with the brownie ring, though, this fight is fairly simple despite the fact that it's the final boss. Whoa! I'm poisoned, I'm poisoned. Ow, get out of here. And it's kind of difficult to switch weapons on the fly and then cast on him while he's running around like a crazy person here, but whatever. Oh god! Get me away from that. Ow, not again. Oh, oh my god, my HP is so low, probably from the poison, but I need to heal. Holy crap. You just basically, when he's on that top part of the screen, you want to stay away from the top part of the screen and stay away from that, namely, but yeah, he's relatively simple. You just gotta get the blow in on him when you can. Oh god. That is bad. Here he comes. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh god. Oh god, I missed. Okay. Come back here, you! I don't want to delay this any longer. Yeah! Death blow! This is my atonement, Julius! You're finished! And, like all good final bosses, he explodes in a blast of light, brighter than the heavens. Take that. Oh, give it a rest, you Necron ripoff. And if you return, we'll be here to stop you. Nothing's changed, Julius. You're still a fool. You could say he burned with my fire! But it's all over. Thanks, Sibba. We almost died there. Holy crap, I wasn't paying attention to my HP at all. I should have been paying more attention. I suppose the brownie ring made me feel invincible, though. Whatever. We're done. You're welcome. Although, that doesn't make me feel any better. Yeah. Are you sure you want to do this, Elena? I mean... Well, yeah, never mind. We said we wouldn't second-guess ourselves. She has to do what she has to do. She's made up her mind. We'll all do our part for a more peaceful world. If you've played Tales of Symphonia before, you might know what Dwarven Vow I'm referencing. Thanks, Grants. You, Bogart, and Sibba can sit down and play some checkers together. Because you're old farts now compared to us. No, I like all 3 of them. They're not old farts, but we'll all do our part to sustain the world. Well, tell that to Elena. I don't think she's going to waver in her cause. Yeah, but it didn't end well for her, you did it. No. She knows. She knows that if we leave the protection of the Mana Tree, the world will not exist. Well, at least the way we see it. Hordes of monsters will come up and raise the towns. It'll be terrible. She understands what she must do in order to keep the world alive. A woman's resolve will never falter. When she knows that she has to do something anyway. I love this world. That's why I have to die for it. Haha. I'm still on the fence about this, but if it's for the world, I mean, having played as Elena through most of this playthrough didn't help either. The fact that I have to let go of one of the main protagonists to finish this off, but what are friends for, right? Same here. It's all we'll ever need. We have each other. Do what you have to, Elena. we can't be sad now. We have to look for the future. The future. If the future means that you have to become the tree, then do what you have to. Always. And if you ever get lonely, let me know. I'm always listening. Even if you change, we're still friends. Nothing can change that. We made promises to each other. I'm not going to go back on it now. You're welcome. Now go on. Your mom's waiting for you. And that's the game, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, what a ride it has been. I know I said that for Nightfire 2, but this game, especially, has been quite the journey. Because it's a journey of discovery. every time you play this game, it reminds you of so many different things, so many different good things about living life, so many lessons that you have to learn as you live. It's beautifully crafted, and it's fun to boot. So, pros and cons of this game. Let's go into them because the credits in this are not very long, so hopefully I'll be able to get all of them in. I've actually had them listed now because I want to make sure that I get them all in. So I have them in bullet points on a notepad here. Pros of this game. There are a large number of them. The characters and the character development of this game are absolutely phenomenal. While the story is pretty cut and dry, it's a fairly old-school RPG story. You know, you fight against the Empire, the sidekick of the main villain takes over and tries to destroy the world, you kill him, the game's over. Well, that may be very cut and dry, but the characters and the character development of the game, it's phenomenal. Seriously, I think this game is probably has some of the best character development I've seen in any game. Not just in like handhelds, in any game, for any console. And I've played a lot of games in my life. So to say that about a handheld game is really saying something about this game. Another absolutely phenomenal thing for this is that the music of this game. Oh my god, the music. It's probably, in my opinion, of all the Game Boy games that I've played, it's probably got the best soundtrack of any GBA game out there. I mean, it even rivals some of the DS games that I've played, and the DS games have a better sound ability than these games. These games have 80% of the Super Nintendo's ability to create sound, and yet this game is so much better at it. As you can see, I did not get that through by the end of the credits here, because I have a lot to say about it. But anyway, let me continue here since we're coming to the end of the credits. The battle mechanics of this game are relatively simple, so they're pretty easy to pick up and play, but they're very addictive because they're so simple. So I really like that. I really enjoyed the battle mechanics in this game. I think that it's probably one of the better battle mechanic types that I've played in pretty much any game. Maybe it's me, but I like action RPGs more than I do turn-based RPGs now because of this sort of thing. Because the battle mechanics are very simple. You just hack and slash stuff to pieces. But they're also very addictive because of that hack and slash ability. You just mash buttons. Maybe I'm a button masher. I don't know. I hope I'm not because I don't think I am. But the point of the matter is I really like the battle mechanics as well. And the other thing is that even though the battle mechanics are simple, the stats that affect the battle mechanics are actually very deep with the forging and the tempering that you can do. There's hours of extra gameplay that you can pour into this game, gathering seeds. If you're a gatherer, if you like to, gather items up to do that sort of stuff and power yourself up to the very absolute limit, then there's hours more gameplay you can put into this game for that. The side quests of this game, I actually really like them. While they aren't exactly really rewarding necessarily for all game styles, they don't really bog down the story because at most they usually take most of the side quests, as opposed to the Luke I'm Your Father side quest or something like that. They take maybe 5-10 minutes to finish. So I really like the side quests in this game because they don't bog the story down. Because it's not like you arrive in a town and it's like, oh, go ahead and do these 20 side quests that'll take you 5 extra gameplay hours to do before moving on with the plot. It's like, I'm going to forget what's going on with the plot at that point. So it's good. I like that. And really, this is a long game. I mean, you think about it. It's a handheld game. And if you put in hours into both of the stories of the game, which you should do because you'll fully understand this game a lot better if you play through it a second time, especially if you play Duke's first and then Elena's. You'll understand the story a lot better on Elena's file than you did on Duke's because Elena's is more story heavy. But it's a really long game. I put probably 41 hours into this game with Duke and Elena, and I mean every minute of it was worth it because there's so much great stuff about this game. I can't tell you how much of a great time I had playing through this game. Now for the cons. I told you that it has an old school cut and dry RPG story, which I don't think hinders the characters or character development at all. But I mean, I was around for older RPGs, so it might not be for everyone. It might not be for, people who weren't necessarily around for the older RPGs and who have, memories of stories like that. at the time, you know? The other thing about that is that it's also pretty easy to get lost in the details if you don't pay really good attention to detail in what the characters say, because pretty much everyone has something important to say about the backstory of the game and everything. So that's why I'd recommend playing through it twice, because that way you'll get a whole lot more understanding out of it when you play through a second time, because you'll know what's going to happen, so you'll be able to make judgment calls and inferences from information given in the game. One thing I don't like about the battle mechanics, though, is that because of how fast-paced the battle mechanics are, you want to kill your enemy as quickly as possible. And because of that, melee attacks are largely overpowered in this game when compared to magic attacks, because the magic attacks take time to charge up, and they do the same amount of damage you'll be doing with weapons anyway. So why use magic at all, you know? Unless you want an added challenge, which is why I did it. That brings me to my third and final con here, really, is that the game is very easy compared to most RPGs you'll play. That can be taken, though, you know, as a pro or a con, because, well, for me, it's easy, so it's an easy way to get myself introduced to the LPing idea. So that can be a pro or a con, depending on your situation. In my situation, it was kind of an on-the-fence thing. I mean, I appreciate a good challenge as much as the next guy, which is why I use magic. But, you know, it's just really an easy game when it all comes right down to it. So, that's all for the pros and cons. To give this game a seal, I would definitely give this game a seal of recommendation. Again, if you haven't played this game before, have a look at it in your local game store. I'm not sure if they still sell used Game Boy Advance games there. I mean, you can probably find it on eBay if you don't find it at your local game store. But if you haven't played this game, or you can use an emulator. You can use an emulator to play this game too. But really, if you haven't found it, now that you know what happens in the game, I mean, you can go out and play it yourself, and you can see just how great of a game this is for yourself. So I would give it a seal of recommendation. If you haven't played it, definitely you'll want to pick this one up. That's pretty much all I have for Sword of Mana now. The only thing left now is the question that I'm sure that's on somebody's mind in the audience, and that is the boss fight with Julius harder without the brownie ring? Well, the obvious answer is yes. However, I'm going to show you after this. If you wait 5 minutes at the credits end, you get a Chocobo! Chocobo makes a cameo appearance here at the end of the credits. It is based on a Final Fantasy game, so it makes sense. So that's all for Sword of Mana, really. The only thing left now is a bonus episode showing you how difficult the Julius boss fight is without the brownie ring. So I will be doing that, like I said, in a bonus episode. So be on the lookout for that one. That one will be a whole lot of fun, I'm sure. So anyway, thanks a bunch for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough as much as I enjoyed it. Until next time, have a happy. Take care.